didn't realize that there was going to be a picture of me wearing the exact same outfit up on the screen behind me. Whenever I do stand-up, I always wear a jersey because I feel like it sends the message that I love balls. But right now it's just giving the fact that I didn't do laundry. But again, what's up? My name is Jaya Tewari, and I know that I'm brown, but if I bomb this set, don't tell the FBI. Growing up non-white in the South was wild. I was one of 6 Indians in my grade of 500, and my town as a whole was 85% white. One time, I said I was Indian, and someone looked me dead in the eyes and went, "That's so cool. What tribe is your family from?" And I was like, Asia. But none of the Indians from my high school are real brown people. Like one of them has a pig farm, which is not very halal. Another one is a country singer. And have you guys ever seen an Indian guy sing with a southern accent? It's fucked up. He's out here singing Country Girl Shake It For Me, and I'm like, dude, the only thing that country girl is doing is calling ice on you. Also, my own father drives a pickup truck, and what Indian doctor drives a fucking pickup truck? But the fact that I have friends who are still Republican is proof that the woke mind virus doesn't exist. Because trust me, I have been trying to give it to them. But my favorite Republicans are my neighbors from down the street. They have a closet full of guns and taught me how to shoot a hunting bow when I was a tween. Yeah, don't fuck with me. But they're so white that their great-great-great-grandparents were American settlers expanding west. And so I don't even want to think about how many Native Americans they killed. But the fact that we now celebrate Thanksgiving with them means that we're like the only people in the country that still celebrate Thanksgiving the traditional way, between colonizers and Indians. But those same neighbors also have a bunny who has the same name as my ex, and so every time I was mad at him, I would just go over there and bully their bunny. But my ex was your classic blue-eyed guy on the football team, and he ended up joining the military. And do you guys know how embarrassing it is to date a guy in the military and not get proposed to? But he joined the military because everyone in his family had served, which is concerning because he could trace his family heritage back to the Civil War. And you can guess what side his family fought for. My other ex is from Arkansas, and he's also got Confederate heritage. So clearly, I'm great at ignoring literal red flags. But after this most recent election, I did get really mad and have to cut off a lot of my Republican friends. But the thing that nobody tells you about cutting off Republicans is that when you do that, you lose access to votes. And so this summer, I had to backtrack that one real quick. If you saw me on a boat on my Instagram story, mind your own fucking business. And if you're wondering what part of the South I am from, the South I've been referring to this entire time is, of course, South Orange County. I was born and raised in Newport Beach, California. And yet, somehow, all of that is completely true. I actually run and manage my own baseball team. Do you guys know the baseball term slugger? Yeah. Cool. Well, my baseball team is called the Slutters because it is made up entirely of guys I've hooked up with. Every time after I hook up with a guy, I create a baseball card of him, complete with stats and positions. Not the positions you're thinking, baseball positions. So if we made it to first base, he's a first baseman. If he saw some tits, he's a second baseman. A guy I can't believe I got with, well, he came out of left field. And a guy I never want to see again is a catcher because they wear a mask you cannot see through. And guys I want to hook up with again are pitchers because I need them to throw their balls at me. Then of course there's the guys that have hit home runs. They're part of my batting roster and they all have fancy little labels like leadoff hitter, who's the guy you trust the most to give you a big, long home run. My ex is both my pitcher and my leadoff hitter. He's my Shohei Ohtani. I also have a scouting system for players who I expect to be free agents soon, aka guys who are in relationships right now that I eventually want to fuck. And finally, I have a Hall of Fame, complete with awards like most home runs hit, longest tenure on the team, and player most likely to retire as a slutter. And whenever I post a spit online, the comments love to call me fatherless. But it's like, how do you think I know so much about baseball? This is my dad's phone, just in a different way. But I make a lot of jokes about my dad in my stand-up, and so naturally, people always ask me why I don't talk about my mom. And there's a really simple answer to that. It's because I'm afraid of her. My mom is a psychologist, and she likes to psychoanalyze all the jokes I make. Specifically, she likes to tell me that I don't have enough trauma to do comedy. Which is funny, because I'm like, well, if you're a therapist, but I still have to go to therapy twice a month. Someone didn't do their job right. My mom also loves to ask me if I am bisexual. She asks me so frequently that at this point it kind of feels like she's manifesting me being queer. And so I asked her the other day, I was like, Mom, why do you keep asking me if I am gay? And she said, and again, I swear to God, I wish you were bi because it would double the chances of you finding a significant other. Yeah, who needs enemies when you have an Asian parent? But I can't even blame my mom for thinking that I was bi because for most of my life, I did play women's basketball, which is the second gayest sport. Softball is, of course, the first. And considering my height, there was like no good reason as to why I would have wanted to play basketball, if not to be eye level with big, strong women's titties. But like, guys, I have ADHD. I can't focus on two things at once. My mom is also very suspicious of the fact that I have a lot of close guy friends and I'm not fucking any of them. But that's mostly because they're all gay. My best friend is this tall, gorgeous gay guy who works in fashion, and hanging out with him makes me feel like a straight man because our interests just could not be more different. Like, I've tried to get him into sports so much that at this point it probably feels like conversion therapy. And he keeps dragging me out shopping when all I want to do is lay on the couch and watch sports and eat wings. And so the other day, we finally compromised, and we did go out shopping, and so I was sitting on the boyfriend couch at Zara, watching football on my phone, while he tried on leather pants. He asked me how his ass looked in them, and I was like, dude, I am worried about a different tight end right now. Another time, we were getting ready for a pool party, and I was watching basketball while he changed. He walked out in his Speedo at the exact same time I yelled, "Good D!" I still don't have the heart to tell him I was talking to LeBron.